Growing up in the 90s in Manila, we only ever saw this place from the perspective of newspaper headlines. But now, thanks to peacetime and social media, we're realizing that it's home to some of the most unique and expansive geography in the country, along with some of the warmest hospitality. Rewatching the footage that you're about to see, I was filled with a desire to come back and see more. I hope that by the end of these next episodes, you'll feel the same. My friends, welcome to the big sky country of the Philippines, Mindanao. Okay, good morning. 7:26 a.m. start, 4,300 kilometers on the odometer. First stop is Cagayan de Oro. Hello and goodbye Surigao, and good morning Mindanao. We are officially riding big bikes in Mindanao for the first time. Today we're doing a proper day of riding from Surigao City to Bukidnon, but with an early start because we need to go to a shop in Cagayan de Oro City to get my rear tire changed. I was told by the owner that luckily they have my favorite adventure tire in exactly the size I need for the KLR. Oh wow. According to the map, this is 111 kilometers of Maharlika Highway without a single turn. Took a morning ride to the place where you and I were supposed to meet. Beautiful start today on some really good quality, well-maintained road. Another morning, living the dream. The road going out of Surigao gives us our first taste of the superiority of Mindanao roads. Now I have a thesis to prove, that Mindanao is the best place for motorcycle touring in all of the Philippines. So this is just quite regular intervals of these checkpoints. But right now no one's stopping anybody. This might be something we take for granted, that when you're riding the main routes in the Philippines, you're never far away from a mountain pass, on the other side of which is a view like this. Wow! We are now riding alongside what appears to be a beautiful lake. I will look that up for you guys, what it is. Here we've traveled about 1,000 kilometers now, or more, and we're still moving further away from home. It just creates a different feeling in me. This is also new and a little uncomfortable, and I think that's good. I think that's a beautiful thing. And I just have to be honest that, like, whereas in the north, because it was all familiar or mostly familiar, like I really had a lot of energy and motivation to do the content. Now I'm just focused on completing the mission. So we'll see. I don't know if that's something that's just like, that's how I am, how I feel, or if it's something that just will take practice. And like by the end of the first week of riding, which I think the day marks the first week, maybe if it's a Thursday, I don't know what day it is. Maybe I'll be able to feel like shooting more again rather than just riding and covering the distance. Yeah, that's just something I'm processing in real time, and it's very interesting just getting to know this 40-year-old moto traveler version of me and what I feel comfortable with. It took me 4,000 kilometers to get used to the KLR. Maybe I will get used to this and discover some new travel stamina in me. Yeah guys, the hype about Mindanao roads is real. Big sky country, Toby just said. Yeah. And for those of you who are into off-road, proper adventure riding, we won't be doing that on this trip, but Mindanao really is where it's at. Just check out the last or the first edition of FJ Mountain Cross Rally that was recently held in Cagayan de Oro, where we're headed. And you'll see there's some proper adventure riding to be had for the brave and the skilled. Good trails and awesome views. Yeah, a subtle difference here so far, what little we've seen in Mindanao, is that they don't have the archways like indicating, or they haven't had the archways indicating like the next municipality, the next province. So I'm not sure where we are. So just confirmed by barangay sign, we are in Santiago Agusan del Norte. And look at this, this is big bike country, baby. Woo! And just not pushing the speed because it's, well, there's no speed to push on the KLR, but it's also completely unnecessary. Just be wasting precious gas. This is an exceptional stretch of quality road. Great for covering distance. Wow, we've just entered Butuan City. I did not expect this to go so quickly. The roads are so good, so we're just covering distance. Let's go Mio! Let's go ADV! So on this stretch of road in Butuan, going at 80 kinda actually puts you in the slow lane. Ooh, long bridge. Okay, finally our breakfast stop, and yes, we are doing Carinderia Gaming. So hindi naman tayo konyong manlalakbay lagi. And we have our little minatamis na adobo here. And Toby got bulalo because sobrang lamig. Mayat maya may bulalo place along the road. So it's really a thing here. Yeah, sarap. Happy we chose this place. Hey, next stop, Norman Ring CDO. Just 160 kilometers away. Just 160. So I don't think it's gonna take 3 hours 40 minutes. It's probably gonna be more like 2.5 or 2 hours 40 minutes. So this just like, you know, this stretch of national highway, 4-lane asphalt or cement. Of course, you do also get this in Luzon, but I don't think you get it in such a long, nearly unbroken stretch. And we're just in the first 100 kilometers or so in. So though Mindanao is vast, you can get across it relatively quickly with these roads. So we will see by the time we finish the Mindanao leg how much of the roads are of this quality. But from what I've heard, there's really a lot of them. Wow. Again, it feels like you're never far away from the mountains. Oh my goodness. I'm running out of words to describe the yummy blacktop e-bike on the national road. Yeah, oh yes, it is all mango trees. You're right. So I look familiar. According to the signs, we are in Misamis Oriental already. There appears to be a large mountain looming in the background, like covering the whole sky. What am I looking at? So it's hard to tell with the haze, but huge mountain. I remember seeing this from the plane flying into or out of CDO, just a huge mountain rising up from the sea.
We're entering Hingoog City and looking at Mount Balatukan, a massive compound stratovolcano reaching 2,450 meters in elevation from its base at sea level. It's the highest mountain in Misamis Oriental and a holy mountain and ancestral land of the Higaonon tribe. Seeing this giant would be a foreshadowing of one of my favorite stretches of road of the entire trip. A magnificent mountain pass in the saddle between Balatucan and its fellow giant, Mount Lumut. Apparently, Balatucan was once a violent hotbed of rebel conflict, but since the expulsion of the rebels in 2018, it's become an emerging tourist destination. I highly recommend watching this great hiking vlog by LK Fam for more information and for an inside peek at the mountain as they hike into the former battleground between the rebels and the military.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So this is now giving kind of a big mountains feeling. You have a little bit of a lower Cordillera feeling here. Yeah, the temperature, the size of the mountain we're on, the type of vegetation. Wow. Whew. Oh, look at the trail. Steep, rocky downhill. Oh, beautiful bridge. Wow, where are we? Okay, this is its own thing again. I mean, it looks like some of the roads I rode in Thailand, both in terms of geography and road quality. Oh, big hairpin. Wow, there's a nice farm cafe right there. Too bad this is not the place for us to stop. So we're at an altitude of 344 meters and climbing, but still on big 4-lane asphalt highway. See, 350 meters, it's still climbing.
This road would bring home to me the singular profligacy of land area of Mindanao mountains, as no road in the north climbs this high with such a gentle gradient while being as wide as lowland national highways.
Oh, we're already at almost 700 meters. We're pretty high up. And you can feel it with the weather. It's finally become nice and cool. Wow! What is happening? This is so beautiful. Jesus Lord. I don't think I've seen anything like this in the Philippines. Climbing up this height to the top of a pass, but with roads this wide and corners that aren't super tight. Yeah, but we've basically climbed 800 meters with no real steep inclines. So this is just a huge mass of mountain. I wonder when we'll reach the top of the pass. Wow, are we gonna make it to 1,000 meters? I think we've been barely past 300 meters since we started riding from Manila, and now all of a sudden we're at 900 meters. What a beautiful area. Some nice houses. Oh, we're still climbing, we're still climbing. What is this? Is this a park or some kind of... Yeah, it's like a big gorilla. Some kind of mountain park. 1,000 meters. It's just amazing. Wow, this is some like Richie Rich mountain neighborhood now. Still oh, look at the fancy restaurants. Europe cuisine. Rooms at $999. Why didn't I book here? We're still climbing. Wow. And there all of these fancy restaurants and cafes. Medyo I wish I'd known. Yeah, this is like super Marilaki. Like Marilaki stretched this much proportionally. Okay, have we topped out? What's the altitude? Feels like we've topped out. 1,193 meters. Well, this road puts many other mountain roads to shame. In terms of its scale and quality. Oh, we're still going higher. We're at 1,200 meters now. Oh man, I would love to pop into one of these, but we're sort of in a hurry because of my need to get some work done on the bike. Ah man, but now I know where I'm gonna come back. That's the whole intention. 1,222 meters now. This is proper Cordillera-like elevation. What an ideal mountain resort area because it's so spread out. Okay, feels like we've crossed over to the other side because the weather's changed a bit. Okay, looks like we're finally going down and we're entering Claveria, Misamis Oriental. This is the second Claveria of the trip. First one was way on the opposite side of the country in Cagayan. It's nice that this mountain range has kept its forest cover. Oh, fancy A-frame house there. Ooh. So the name of the restaurant was Tambayan sa Dragon Tail, which means they call this road the Dragon Tail. Very cool. You guys who live in and around this area, you're so lucky to have this just beside your city. This is like you smash the Cordilleras and Marilaki together from the perspective of a Manila person. You could be on Cannon Road, but with more trees. It's still pretty high, but it's like a just long highway, so which means we're like on a vast plateau. When I saw all of the straight roads, I was sure we would just be riding in the lowlands all day, but the geography here is different. Of all of the places we've ridden by, this is definitely, on the whole Philippine Loop so far, this is definitely the one I feel worst about just passing through and not stopping. Look at all these establishments that are friendly to my conyo taste. Damn, been riding the past few days looking for places that look like this, and now suddenly they're everywhere. I guess if you wanted to come in and ride this, what you would do is you fly into CDO. It's about, 60 kilometers away. You get your big bike there. Wow, you can see to the bottom now. Looks like going to be a series of big curves going all the way down to the coast. Gorgeous view here. Wahoo! We've entered the Cagayan de Oro city limits, and there's proper big city traffic to deal with now. Google Maps has just detoured us off the main road to a coastal road, and it's such a relief. Woo! See the busy port. Impressive container port. Wonder we have such a big city. This city is so big, it's really like a metropolitan area, basically. It's just like Manila, it takes a while to travel a relatively short distance.
Okay, after a bit of a wrong Google pin, we made it to Norman Ring Motorbikes here in CDO. So you can't miss it because it's the one with the Ducati, KTM, Kimco logos. So we're here at Norman Ring CDO because I need a new rear tire. And hoping they can figure out my rear tire because the Pirelli 17 is a tubeless tire. I'm on a tubeless conversion, but I know that the procedure to get the tubeless tire to sit is kind of proprietary, so I don't know if they'll be able to reinstall it a tubeless tire, but I do have an inner tube. So anyway, hoping the guys can figure it out. The wheel is off. Please work. So, remember I was stressing over because I love this duffel so much, but it already has a hole that I need to get repaired. And here they happen to have exactly the same design Lobu instead of Rhino Walk, a little bigger but more heavy duty. So I bought it because it's only 3,500 pesos. Amazing. It's the old one, 40 liters. It's the new one. Very, very similar design. You can see it, for example, here has the pressure, the release valve. It's also a roll top and uses the same system of just elastic self-tightening straps. Super easy to use, super quick. So I'm excited to use this. Just have the peace of mind. Oh, another difference, because this has a waterproof zip top while also being a roll top, but this has a really cool feature where the roll top is magnetic, snaps into place. Boop. This one also has on each side a side splash-proof storage pocket for easy access of non-water sensitive things. So that should come in super handy. I'm sure I'll find the use for that. And here's friendly salesperson John. I came in for a tire, I came out with a tire and a bag. But there, now I have my favorite adventure bike tire on my rear, Scorpion Rally SDR, and I actually think it decreased the seat height just a teensy bit. I'm so relieved. New bag, new tire. It's gonna be a great rest of the ride. Thank you to Sir John D and the crew at Norman Ring for the great service and for the peace of mind of a fresh new tire and a new bag. Not sponsored, but I was just really happy to get my problems solved. And now, finally, on to Bukidnon. We rode into Bukidnon with the last light of day fading. A fitting climax to an unforgettable first day of riding in Mindanao. Big sky country like no other.
Okay guys, 6:06 p.m. 4666 km, 365.5 kilometers total. This is the best place already.
Okay, boys and girls, you know what time it is. It's time to show off to you what I got for 2,000 pesos a night. What say you? Yeah. So, doesn't have air conditioning, but we are in the mountains, so
It's nice and cool. We have electric fans, and we have our own full-size, family-sized balcony. And I think the view out here will be quite beautiful in the morning.
This is the Mount Kitanglad Range, boasting the country's fourth and second highest peaks side by side. Not only is it remarkable for its sheer size, but it also hosts one of the country's last extensive rainforests, with rare species such as the Philippine eagle and the species of Rafflesia that is the second largest flower in the world. It's also the ancestral domain of the Higaonon, Palabyab, and Bukidnon people. Its name comes from a legend of a great flood that submerged all but the very tops of the mountains, which resembled a patch of lemongrass sticking out of the water, or tanglad. So, kita tanglad, to see lemongrass. For its indigenous people, Kitanglad is their father, their source of life, and keeper of their culture.
Hey guys, so finally we're having a slow morning, a proper rest day. It is May 14, so we are 6 days out. It's day 7, 5 of which have been riding days. I have some thoughts. This really feels so different from the North Loop because that big factor of discovery. Because that discovery, the unknown thing, is such a big factor. It makes the trip both more fulfilling and like more tiring in that sense of not knowing what to expect. And I'm realizing that, I think I mentioned this in my chin cam yesterday. I made a reel on Instagram about being medium adventurous. The whole point of it is that you love to travel, love to see things, love to see the world, and try to expand your comfort zone, but you're not hardcore, and of course hardcore medium adventures is this huge spectrum. Like a lot of my friends whom I consider hardcore, they reposted that they consider themselves medium adventurous, but anyways, you get the point. And so what I am realizing is that it's really tiring for me to have so much novelty and so much unknown for an extended period of time. I'm not used to traveling this way, or not used to it anymore. I mean, I went to South America alone when I was 28. Although, again, that's a different animal. The riding all day is quite a tiring experience. What I'm saying is it's hard to compare. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or if it's just a different thing. But I guess my point is I'm learning about myself doing this, and I'm tired. Not that I'm not having fun, but yes, the Philippine Loop is not an endurance ride, but in a sense that there's a time limit and that you are doing all these things and spending all this money in more or less one go. But this Philippine Loop, the style is like very smorgasbord style. Like I said from the beginning, I knew it would be just a sampler of everything. It's been a wonderful sampler so far. We're one day away from getting to the southernmost checkpoint of the loop. But I won't lie to you guys, as I said yesterday on my chin cam, I'm a little bit homesick. I'm tired. This is all new to me, which is not a complaint. It's all like the getting to know yourself is such a huge part of the journey. So yeah, this is kind of more a note to self. Not sure how much of this I'm actually going to use in the vlog. It's kind of like just a check-in more to see how I feel. KLR has been great. Like I said, by the time I hit the 4,000th kilometer, something just clicked. And suddenly I just feel much more at home on the bike and able to ride it the way I want to. I changed the rear tire now to my favorite rear tire, so it's only gonna get better. I mean, the bike's still heavy to push around, but I've just gotten used to it. And it's become just this really faithful companion now. Comfortable, smooth, no surprises, not getting into any trouble because of the throttle. So yeah, I really think that the KLR and I are in our element now. Today we're really just gonna take it easy. We won't ride out of the area. We'll just ride down to the Del Monte canteen or something. Everybody has told me that the beef there is really good. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're gonna go out and hopefully we have good conditions at sunset for some epic shots. So that's it. I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, on the rocks. Yeah.
Ready for a round of golf, Toby? And here's the main event, our roast beef.
If I remember correctly, the whole deal here is that the cows, the cattle, are fed with the pulp of the pineapple. Correct me if I'm wrong, or I will correct myself if I'm wrong. So supposedly, because of that, they're healthy and they taste good. No. Very tender. Very nice. I would have loved to try their steak, but the steak costs more than what we paid for the accommodations per night. So I'm gonna enjoy this meal. And see you guys later for our golden hour session. Hopefully the weather cooperates.
Okay, looks like we've got a beautiful golden hour happening. So let's ride out and try to get our beautiful B-roll shot. Yeah, the light's hitting just right. Yeah. Woo! May couple prenup.
If you haven't guessed it yet, these fields are full of pineapples. Del Monte first brought their seeds from pest-devastated pineapple fields in Hawaii exactly 100 years ago. I'm just struck by the existence of this high plateau that is as wide as sea level flatlands but at 800 meters elevation, which slowly then suddenly rises to the great peaks of the Kitanglad Range. As the sun fell below the horizon, I was packing up because I thought the show was over. But instead, the fields and the sky turned into gold as the clouds slowly enveloped the great peaks beyond.
Oh my god, sorry Tobes, di ako makapagligpit because non-stop action in the sky. But now I'm ready. Thank you, Bukidnon. Thank you, nature, for blessing us with the most magical of all magic hours. Whew. It's time to go back, have dinner, and call it tonight. Let's go. We're heading straight into a thunderstorm. After that, oh my god,